Hello everyone, Chris Hale here. Thanks for tuning in to another Profit Squirrel vlog. In today's episode, what we're going to be doing is talking about the 2UP early payout calculator for Dutching. Now, this is a very special use case of the Dutching method. I'd say it's probably more of an advanced way of Dutching, but it is a really nice way to take advantage of early payout offers when they are on markets such as tennis, things like that, things that you may want to consider Dutching on. Sports that you really need to Dutch on in order to make them risk-free, and there are really nice offers that come around now and then. So let's check it out. So as I said, the Dutching early payout offers, they are kind of an advanced Dutching strategy. And before you get stuck into this, what you want to do is you want to have a good level of familiarity with just basic Dutching and also with how early payout offers work. Now, I've done videos on both of those things to guide you through them. The links are going to be on the screen as I'm talking, and also they're going to be below the video all the time. So make sure you're familiar with both of those two before you get stuck into this one. And if you've looked at those and you already understand all of that, then great, let's get started. Let's have a look at how the early payout Dutching calculator works. So you would use this for some of the typical offers that we see from Paddy Power and Bet365, and they have 2UP offers, but they're often on tennis events. So they'll say things like, if your tennis player goes ahead by 2 sets, then we'll pay you out as if they have won. So it's a pretty classic 2UP style offer, but the main difference is that it's with tennis. And as you may remember from earlier videos, you do have to be a bit careful with tennis because there are different retirement and disqualification rules between different bookmakers and exchanges. So of course, if those two don't match up, then you potentially run the risk, if your player gets disqualified or has to retire, of having a bet that doesn't work out for you. And of course, with match betting, we do not want that to happen. We like to do everything in the risk-free way. So we avoid that by Dutching the bets. Now, again, if you don't know what I'm talking about here, make sure you check out those earlier videos. If you do understand it, then you'll probably be familiar with this tennis retirement rules list. This is in the Profit Squirrel vlog. Again, link on the screen now, and I can also drop it below the video. And basically, this is the bookmakers that share retirement rules. They're sort of grouped together. I won't go over this again. I've gone over it before. If you're interested, read the article. But essentially, what you're doing when you're Dutching is you're Dutching bookmakers within these same groups. So as the name suggests, this calculator is going to let you complete those style of offers whilst Dutching. So let's check out the calculator. To get to it, like most of the other calculators, go ahead, click Odds Calculators in the left-hand menu here, then click Advanced Calculators, and you will see it here under Qualifying Bets. It's called the Dutching Early Calculator. Give that a click and it will bring it up onto the screen. So let's go through this now. This first box here is where you will put your back stake at the first bookmaker. So say that's £25. And then for bookie A as well, below where it says odds, you're going to put the odds of player A winning. Now, most of these offers are in the win market only. It will, of course, be specified in the actual offer as to which markets are eligible, but we're going to assume that it's the win market here. So in this box here, we're putting the odds that player 1 wins. So say it's a tennis match, say it's Federer versus Nadal, and Federer is player A, Nadal's going to be player B, and we'll say the odds of Federer winning 2.0, for example. Then over on the right hand side here, you simply put the back odds of the other player winning, so in this case Nadal winning, and this is going to be with bookmaker B. So how do I choose what bookmaker B is going to be? Well, I'll go to the tennis retirement rules list here, and say the offer I'm completing is with Paddy Power. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look through the groups and I'm going to find Paddy Power here, and then the bookmaker that I will choose as bookmaker B will be one of the others within this list so that the retirement rules and disqualification rules match up. So it could be any of these at all. Let's just say it's Coral, just for argument's sake. So I go to Coral and I'll put in the back odds of Nadal winning. So for example, that might be 1.8. Then we'll go ahead and we'll click calculate. This box here where it says bookie B stake optional override, what that is, that allows you to specify, if you want to, the exact stake that you're going to use at the bookmaker B. Ordinarily, you wouldn't do this because you're actually asking this calculator to work out the stake for you. But if, for example, you wanted to complete multiple offers at once and there was a good offer at bookie B, if you bet at least £20, you may use this box to combine multiple offers. But I won't actually go into that in this video because it's a bit of a distraction and I don't have an exact example for you there. But if you are curious about that, let me know in the comments below and we'll try and find a good example to show you how that might work. So as you can see, once I've hit calculate, this comes back with the answer and it tells me the back stake for bookie B, which is £27.78. Now, one thing I would encourage you to use is this stake rounding button here, and the reason that is because it's a bit of a weird amount, £27.78 to place as a back bet. It looks a bit strange, kind of looks like you're up to something potentially. And also some bookmakers won't let you do this, it needs to be to the nearest pound. So what I suggest you choose is you can use this rounding thing, just like some of the other calculators, to round it to the nearest pound up or down, nearest 5 or nearest 10. So I'm going to select -1 to round it down to the nearest pound, hit calculate, and then that is going to go and adjust that there. So my back stake is now £27. And this does, of course, affect the outcome of the calculator, but it's something that you really need to be doing because you need to be keeping your accounts in good order and not placing weird bets on them. So then we go on to the second section of the calculator, which is just the instructions. And it just says place your £25 back bet with bookie A at odds of 2, and then place your £27 back bet with bookie B at odds of 1.8. So here you can copy your stake using these buttons, and of course go ahead and place those in your respective bookmakers. And then this little section below tells us about the qualifying losses. So that's a -£2 if bookie A wins, and if your back bet at bookie B wins, you'll be down £3.40. But of course the calculator, it doesn't stop there, it goes deeper into it and it goes into what would happen if you trigger the 2-up early payout. So let's have a little look at that now. So the first 2 points here, those are just reiterating your qualifying losses there. And then this third bullet point here is just reminding you what to do. It says if your selection does go 2-up, then you can proceed to the lock-in cash-out section. That's the next part of the calculator, and I'll come on to that in just a minute. And then it says if your selection goes 2-up, your early payout will be £50, and that's including your stake. So you'll be £25 in profit. And then on the final example here, what this is something you may remember from the other 2-up offers. Essentially, once you've triggered that 2-up early payout, you have 2 options. You can either cash out for a guaranteed profit, or you can do nothing and you can let it all ride out and just see what happens. And then if the player that was ahead by the amount of 2, whether that's 2 goals with a football match, or in our example here, say Federer is ahead by 2 sets, he triggers the early payout for you. But then what happens is there's a spectacular comeback from Nadal and he actually goes ahead and he loses, Federer loses the match. What that will mean is that you've won at bookmaker A, and then you've also won at bookmaker B, because you've already been paid out at bookmaker A, and at bookmaker B you've also won your back bet because that has proved true as well. So it's a really, really nice position to be in. It doesn't happen all the time, and as I said in the other 2-up offer video, you can actually do whatever you want in this situation. But this calculator, it gives you what that example would be if that were to happen. So if it is that scenario, you decide not to cash out, you let it ride out, and then player B actually comes through and wins, then you would be looking at a profit of £46.60 in this example. If you have triggered the 2-up offer and you do want to cash out, and that's something I would recommend you do most of the time because you basically get a guaranteed profit there, what you will then do is you go ahead and you click on the lock-in cash out bet section. Now there are 2 options here. There's 2 different ways that you can cash out your bet. Number 1 is called the lock-in, and basically what you do is you reback the selection that is 2-up. So in this case player A, you actually put another back bet on a 3rd bookmaker, and what that does is that cancels out the bet that you made at bookie B. So basically you're going to break even between bookie B and C, and then your profit will come from bookie A. Let me show you what that looks like. So if we select that one, and then we're going to look at a bookie C, where the retirement and disqualification rules add up. So I don't know, let's say bet safe, we might find some really good odds, and then the back odds now of that player winning, say they are, I don't know, 1.6 or something. We'll go ahead, we'll hit calculate, and of course there is your classic override button here as well, which allows you to customize the amount of that stake as well. You probably won't use that very often, but again, we want to give you options here. And it recommends your back stake with Bookie C as being £30.38. Again, I would go ahead and I'd round that down to £30 because that looks much more normal. Go ahead and hit calculate again. So let's check out what this is telling us here. This is basically telling us the instructions here, and again, you can copy your back stake using this button and then paste that into your bet slip. So it's saying because you rebacked your 2-up selection, your current position is minus £9. But due to the early payout, you're going to get paid out £50 by Bookie A, and that will be a profit of £25 for you, because remember, £25 of that is your original stake. So we look at that £25, we subtract £9 from it, and that will leave us, no matter what happens, with at least £16 from this offer. But we could also make a profit of £16.60 if there is a different outcome, if player B goes on to win instead. Either way, you're in the green and you're making profit, which is good stuff. The second option that you can use sometimes for cashing out your bet, we'll click the drop down to bring that up. It's called the cash out method. And basically what this is where Bookie B, so in our example here, say Coral, they may offer you cash out odds. And what you'll see that as is often a little button that says cash out on your bet slip. And they will offer you a certain amount that they're willing to pay you back in order to cash that bet out. Now, typically the bookies don't really give you a great cash out rate. Typically it's normally something pretty poor, but sometimes it's worth bearing in mind because you might get a good rate, or it's also just very, very quick and easy, and it means you don't have to place any other back bets anywhere else. You can just take a certain amount of profit and move on. So with Bookie B, we placed a back bet of £27 and say, I don't know, they're now offering us £7 for that as a cash out rate. The bet's probably going to lose anyway, but they're offering you £7. They're being kind of generous. We go ahead and we hit calculate, and that will tell us that because we cashed out our Bookie bet, we're down £20. But of course, we did make that £25 profit from Bookmaker A from the early payout. So your overall position will be £5 in profit. That is, of course, less than the amount we calculated earlier. If you go ahead and you use the lock-in method, you're going to make more, but it reduces the amount of steps you have to take. So again, totally up to you which one of those you want to do. Alright, so that's it. Check out the daily offers section. Keep an eye on that for tennis offers that are coming up. We see these 2-up offers around quite often on the major events. Things like the US Open, the Australian Open, the French Open, Wimbledon, things like that. There's a lot of these 2-up offers around when those events happen. So keep an eye on the calendar and keep an eye on the daily offers section for these sorts of offers. Make sure you understand the basics of 2-up offers. Make sure you understand the basics of Dutching. Again, check those videos out here on YouTube. And that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. Make sure you don't miss out on our videos. There's new ones every single week, and I'm teaching you everything you need to know to be successful in match betting and to make extra money online. Again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all again in another video really, really soon. Bye for now.